Being an out-of-province student, I'm no stranger to long flights, so what a pleasant surprise when I realized that New York was only 40 minutes away from Toronto. So here we are, 1 week after impulsively booking the cheapest budget airline tickets, ready to live out our big city girly era. But first, we gotta find our way to Manhattan, and let me tell you, to someone who's used to Toronto's 2 lines, navigating New York was no joke.
Hello, we're in New York now. It's very cold actually. There's still snow on the ground.
After dropping off our bags, we made a quick stop in Chinatown and were just in time to catch the Lunar New Year celebrations. Then we went to Wall Street because I am, unfortunately, a finance girly. We also saw the bull and I did not expect it to just be plopped down in the middle of the street.
Now we know that we're definitely in the US.
Oh my gosh, hey, this is so New York vibes. Hi, we arrived in New York. We're currently in Washington Square Park. It's snowy, so it's quite pretty today, even though it's kind of cold.
This is apparently like the coldest it gets in New York. We picked like a terrible week to come here.
Which is pretty.
What is this?
What is
Is
what?
that Empire? That's not Empire State.
Oh.
Like, what have we done or
Wait,
what
what have we done? Okay, we went to see the financial district.
And I patted the bull. So now everyone's stock should go up.
Yay!
For the right word to come to me. Feels like
So why are we here? Well, we're both business students, so we really wanted to see the motherland. But okay, actually, it's our winter semester break and we needed a break from school and our usual scenery and routines. So we hopped on a flight to somewhere we've both never explored before, and here we are, ready to become the ultimate NYC tourists.
We are in line. 2 chips sounds good. Wait.
I might do the dark chocolate peanut butter. I hear chocolate and peanut butter cures depression. Taylor Topless.
Thank you. Yay! Okay, you open yours. I don't want it. Okay, take a bite. Do you like it?
Oh wow.
How does it taste? Is that a bite?
It's like almost creamy in texture. It's like a creamy cookie.
This is, what is it? Caramel coconut chocolate chip.
But that don't mean I ain't got time.
Yeah?
When the sun comes down. Somewhere in Beijing.
Day 2 started off bright and sunny. After browsing Reddit and TikTok, we found a place called Dumpling Man, which had really good reviews, so I was really excited to try it out. We got pan-fried dumplings and soup dumplings, and they were so fresh. You could literally see the owners wrapping the dumplings by hand behind the counter. They also had this dumpling sauce, which worked so well with the flavors, and everything was absolutely scrumptious. Now we're headed to see the Museum of Natural History. Everyone has different travel habits and preferences, and for me, I love checking out all the touristy attractions. Don't get me wrong, I really appreciate being immersed in the local cultures and discovering the small gems that bring personality to an area, but there's something about the shameless freedom of enjoying a place and expressing your wonderment, taking pretty pictures, and overall romanticizing your travel.
Canada Goose. They make them look so cute and domestic.
Maybe we'll just stay here.
That's a dinosaur. Americans really do
Coffee
reservation at
sauce, but I've not thought about leaving yet. You can quit that job you hate.
This is where they filmed the John Wick excommunicado scene, apparently. The rest of the day was filled with culinary adventures. We tried the famous banana pudding at Magnolia Bakery, and yes, it is as good as everyone says it is. Then we were just walking and stumbled upon the Starbucks roastery, which was really fancy inside. Being able to just unintentionally come across unique places is actually so cool about New York. Finally, we tried all 3 taco flavors at Los Tacos in Chelsea Market. The line was pretty long, but they were so delicious. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
This is a little island, man-made island on the side of New York. And here's the New York skyline. It's like deserted in the dark.
We started the day with a smoked salmon and breakfast bagel before heading to a cafe. Now, I have to confess that I've kind of lied to you. I've actually gone to New York only once before, but for business, not pleasure. But one of the only fun things I did was go to this cafe. And let me tell you, it was so amazing that it's been on my mind ever since, and I knew I needed to come back this trip.
Good morning.
We're gonna go window shopping at very fancy places. We're not gonna buy anything, but you can see some cool fits. And then I go, Sarah, this is do it for you.
Blah, 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 blah.
What the heck, you got it on video?
Day 3 in New York, guys.
Okay, so we had originally planned to go shopping and thrifting around Union Square, but we quickly got distracted by the Lego store and the Harry Potter store. Once again, in New York, you can find cool places just by strolling around.
Here's the Rockefeller Center, but we will not be going up. Instead, we're going to this very nice toy store. Let's go.
Ten-year-old me would literally pass out right now.
We're on our way to try to get last-minute tickets for a Broadway show.
So basically, we were on a budget and trying to get last-minute, cheaper tickets for tonight in person. But we got to the booth, and unfortunately, there weren't any tickets for the show or price we wanted. We took a minute to regroup and decided to just buy normal tickets online. But after paying for the non-refundable tickets, we realized we had made a mistake and bought them for Wednesday, not for tonight. That meant we needed to rearrange our plans to do something else tonight and try to fit in the show between all our other plans on Wednesday. Fortunately, we remembered that someone had recommended us to check out Ellen Stardust Diner, which was a 50s themed diner where waiters also performed musicals. We were only a few minutes away, and since it was the middle of the afternoon, we avoided the long wait times that we were warned about.
Burger.
The food was pretty good, but the servers were so talented and totally blew me away.
Standing in your driveway, I can hardly think straight. There's so much left.
No, I'm really late for the sunset.
Since we accidentally bought the wrong tickets, we had time tonight to check out the Brooklyn Bridge, so everything worked out in the end. It was still a bit chilly, but we made it just in time for the sunset, and the views were absolutely beautiful.
Would you ever dive in deep? Would you stay or would you leave and let it fade away? Or try to change our fate?
Tuesday was our fancy Upper East Sider day, and what better way to start off than brunch? I walked in and immediately loved how lively the restaurant was, and I think the salmon eggs benedict was genuinely the best I've had in my life. It was so creamy and just melted in my mouth.
Good morning. Today we had the most delicious brunch of my life, and what are we doing now?
We're going to the Mets.
We also got all dressed up nice and pretty for it.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find the beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of a superstar. She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, yeah, I wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah, 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 yeah. And all the girls around the world, they wanna be her. And all the dudes are trying to score like it's fever. She lives a double life, puts on a show. What's under the subtle smile, we'll never know. She's a Mona Lisa.
Today's Wednesday, which means a jam-packed schedule. We went thrifting in Brooklyn to find a dress for a end-of-school-year formal before heading to Coney Island. Later tonight, we also have the Broadway show we accidentally booked, and finally a dinner rezo, all the way at 10
Oh
p.m.
my gosh. Okay. It's a tourist trap, consider me trapped. Okay, we're finally here.
The subway ride to Coney Island takes over an hour one way, so we were really rushing.
We're at the New York Aquarium. We have 1 hour to run it. Okay, we can do this. Okay, let's go. Oh my gosh. Oh, hello.
But we found, not really a life hack, but I've noticed many museum-type attractions offer free admission at certain times, including the New York Aquarium, which is why we were in such a rush.
Oh my gosh, Dory. Oh, Nemo.
To be completely honest, it was a bit crowded and overstimulating, but you know, it was free and we saw so many cool marine life. I realized my dream of living a Taylor Swift song as we walked along the boardwalk. It was windy and cold, but I really felt the Americana vibes, and I could envision how Coney Island would look during the summer. Back in Manhattan, we tried some $1 pizza, but it was pretty bad. Like, how can something that's not cardboard both taste and feel like cardboard? It's time. It's time.
We just finished watching Susie Todd and it was so good.
It was very good. It was very good.
I went into not knowing anything about the plot, so all of the twists were like they were so unexpected. It was like, what the heck?
I think Sweetie Todd was quite worth it. It was like a little over 100 for the tickets, and I think that's a good enough price.
On our way to get dinner now. Where? We're on our way to Casamona.
Casamona.
What? Oh, we're on our way to Casamona. The only reservation we could get is at like 10 p.m. So right after the Broadway show is perfect.
So Casamona has a Michelin star, so I'm really excited to try it out. I think it's like Spanish cuisine, lots of adventurous and like cured meats. I definitely enjoyed it, but the portions were small and pricey, so I'm glad we ate a bit earlier in the night. I also felt very underdressed. It was truly a very fancy place. I did love the cozy atmosphere and how the food was so different. So overall, it was a great end to a hectic day.
Mama Day! What was our last museum that we're gonna hit? We got up a little bit late today, so we only have 3 hours to finish. The only famous painting I know in the MoMA is Starry Night, so. 10 minutes into the museum, you managed to find the gaming console and immediately start playing.
If you can't tell by all the museums we've gone to, I absolutely love art. We saw so many cool pieces at the MoMA, and I really liked how diverse it was, with so many styles, artists, and time periods.
No, let me in. Guys, the MoMA is so pretty. I'm excited to see Starry Night.
So I was really excited. 1, because I felt so inspired, and 2, because there's lots of famous works that were really cool to see in person. Walking through, it was interesting to see how much thought was put into how each artwork was displayed, and I also had so much fun with some of the interactive exhibits. Self-Portrait at 28 by David Berman. I walked out to the hill behind our house, which looks positively Alaskan today, and it would be easier to explain this if I had a picture to show you. But I was with our young dog, and he was running through the tall grass. Like running through the tall grass is all of life together, until a bird calls or he finds a beer can, and that thing fills all the space in his head. You see, his mind can only hold one thought at a time, and when he finally hears me call his name, he looks up and cocks his head, and for a single moment, my voice is everything.
Gosh, my feet are so dead.
Thought the praying would make it better, but I swear to God I'm just
On our first day, we walked past the Strangers Project, and maybe because I'm just nosy, but I was immediately captivated by each stranger's words and story. This time, it was our turn to put pen to paper and leave a piece of ourselves behind in this city.
found a way to let it go, but I can't help but focus on the things I can't control. All the darkness in my mind, pain that I can't leave behind. I know there's a silver line that I can't see. All the cold and sleepless nights, running out of ways to fight. I know there's a morning light in my reach. If I keep buying time, I'll stop going out to bars.
Last stop of the day. We're at the seaport. It is really cold outside.
We've been trying to come here since day 2.
Oh, we were always too tired to like come out. Yeah.
I quit falling into love that had no meaning.
We explored the Tin Building before heading up to get the rooftop views. The New York skyline is truly picture perfect, no matter the time of year. The week completely flew by, and I couldn't even believe it was the last day. We originally didn't make any plans and left it as a buffer, which worked out really well because we truly needed this extra day. A local tea shop was just what we needed for a cozy rainy day, and the handmade onigiri was so soft and fragrant. And of course, we got some bubble tea for the way. We made it just in time before the Staten Island ferry left, and you can see me running for my life so we didn't have to wait another 30 minutes, but thankfully we got on board.
Please take a moment and pay attention to the following safety announcements.
We could see the Statue of Liberty in the distance, and I was already so excited, not realizing it would get much closer. It was also extremely windy on the ferry, and I fully almost lost my scarf to the breeze. And there she was, the icon of America herself in all her green glory. It really feels like a proper goodbye. Also, something to note, we took the Staten Island ferry, which is free, but there's another ferry that takes you directly to the statue's base that you have to pay for. For dinner, we returned to the Japanese convenience store we went to yesterday since meals were half off at the end of the day. And finally, to make the most of our last night in New York, we visited the High Line, which is an elevated walking trail, and I think it used to be a railroad that's been reconstructed.
It's so quiet.
It closes at 8 p.m., so we only had time to walk half the trail, but you guys, the views were simply breathtaking. You can still hear the traffic and commotion of the city, but it felt so far away, and honestly, I felt like I was in another world. And that's it for a week-long trip. We saw so many cool sights, ate a lot of good food, and I can't wait to come back soon.